First Money is Nigeria's biggest and most preferred agent banking network. Thanks to First Money, millions of people are living their dreams. Meet some First Money agents who are driving this.
Started just with 100,000 naira, but the demand became so much, I had to buy others. It was like a dream come true.
I can confess to you that the monthly commission that I receive from First Money Agency, sometimes it overshoots what we receive from the petrol, even petrol and gas.
Through First Money, over 1 million people across Nigeria have their financial services needs met daily. In all the accessible local government areas, you're bound to find First Money agents. With First Money, we're bringing financial inclusion and the many benefits that come with it. You first, First Bank.
Welcome back. So this is the last segment of this presentation for this week, and Aruna Kebera is still very much in the house. Aruna, what are you foreseeing as possibility first for this week?
That, like I said, the June will be a surprise to the market. I still believe that the market will return positive at the end of the week.
And from those industry analysis we made earlier, because again, Aruna, as we saw, most of those industries varied in their performances. So what industry should one focus attentions on, particularly for this week? We could stretch it to the end of June, but this week, what industry? Banking, oil and gas, industrial goods?
One of the things that I do know is you can really not take it away from the banking, so I will always say
then
that.
why the banking?
They are the most liquid, most promising, and there's hardly any portfolio that you don't see one holding of one bank or the other. Apart from that, I will ask people to look at building, probably cement, Boa Cement and Dangote. You know, this share buyback that Dangote has announced, you know, the first time they did the first tranche, took it to almost 250, 260, and it's trading below that price. I believe that it will come and catch up.
I don't know, you just mentioned Boa. I'm looking at it on the charts before me now. These charts are not telling us that. Almost all the indicators are not looking at Boa actually. As a matter of fact, if you are looking at the stochastic is saying that Boa is already overpriced. It is flattening out and might probably need to shed a little bit before it becomes buyable. And you are still recommending Boa?
One of the issues I have with your chart is that, but they don't take cognizance of the news that might likely hit that Boa tomorrow morning. So
yes, it won't take cognizance of news that will hit tomorrow because, but it will have taken into cognizance all the news gathered together that had been in existence. Because you see, the way charts work is that it looks at the general response, right, to news and other information about the equity. So the way everyone had reacted and the way the mind likely remain reacted to such information, all things being equal, right? Now we come to Dangote cement that you just mentioned. I can see here that the last two tradings in Dangote actually were more or less flat. But in the last couple of trading sessions, between the last trading session in the month of May and now, it has consistently gained 4 days. And it has not really declined so much, but the price of Dangote cement is high.
The news that made it to gain that 4 days is still in it. It has not lapsed. So
Okay,
there's every tendency that it can still push up.
Now, with the share buyback right? Are you now recommending that someone should go sell some of those other equities that one might be holding to invest in Dangote Cement?
Before you sell your other holdings, you have to determine what the profit position that you are. If you are selling at a loss for Dangote, chances are, and one of the things is at what stock are you selling to buy into Dangote? Are you selling a NEM? Are you selling a WAPIC? Are you selling a FTSE? Because you know the number of NEM that you need to gather. Are you selling Champion? How many units of Champion will you sell to buy 1 unit of Dangote Cement?
Right.
Most of this recommendation we might be talking about is especially new position holders.
I can see Access Bank selling at about 8 naira 20 kobo or thereabout. To me, and on the charts here, the stock is Bible looking cheap. But you, as a non-technical analyst, but a fundamentalist, how is Access to you?
I'm just thinking that Access is just waiting for, the price of Access is just waiting for a stimulus. You know, for a very long time, we saw it trading less than 8 naira, and just all of a sudden, it just get to that 820, and it has been consistent, either 820, 850, 810, go back to 820. I think 820 has been the resistance. If it breaks it, then we might be talking about 9 naira, 10 naira.
Right. And what about this information? Well, it remains a rumor until it is confirmed that majority shareholder in Union Bank intends to divest, and either Access or Zenith is struggling to get that bulk holding. So looking at this, is such information usable, or I should just discount it?
No, it's usable. If it happens to come to Access, there's got to be enough of synergy that is that Union Bank is bringing to the operation of Access. But the effect of the change in price might not hit Access immediately. It will hit Union Bank, because if you look at the last quarter release of Union Bank, the book value is higher than the market value. So at that price at which the shares will be exchanged will actually be higher than the market value. But on the long run, the synergy effect will be shown in the price of Access.
Now that I see that Union Bank is the bride, should I consider it at about 5 naira 80 kobo, plus or minus?
That stock even came as low as 5 naira 30 kobo. It just went back to 580. As far as it's trading below 6 naira. If the information is coming to bear, and it is often said that behind every rumor there's an iota of truth. So which means that there's every possibility that either Access or Zenith Bank will take over Union Bank. And any person that have taken position in Union Bank less than 6 naira, I don't think they will regret that move.
Let me mention some of those equities that I can see on the chart here that are relatively overpriced. I don't know what the market will do to them. If I want to go by my chart, by the charts I'm looking at now, I might probably be holding on a little bit. That is, if I intend investing in them. For example, Chi PLC, that is Consolidated Hallmark Insurance PLC. Aruna, what is even the major factor behind the rise in the price of this equity? I saw it, I can see here at about 73 kobo. Of course, it even got to 80 kobo. It closed last week at about 74 kobo, plus or minus.
You know, for stocks that are trading below 1 naira, the 100,000 units is a commonplace. So the intention of an individual to take position in stocks can drive it 40% within the week. If consistent buying. So I really do not feel that maybe because there is any big news on the fundamental around it, that is why it is responding.
I don't know what you are saying now is worth deliberating on a little bit. That I can see the price of an equity rising and consistently rising, and yet that stock is not viable.
If somebody have an interest, maybe want an interest in acquiring a particular stock, and is trading below 1 naira, and you need only 100,000 to move that price from maybe from 2 kobo to 3 kobo. That interest can drive the price of that stock. The determination of prices of stock on the floor of the Nigerian stock exchange is demand and supply. So as it's increasing its demand, then the price we have to look up.
Now, what do you have to say to a company like C&I Leasing? C&I Leasing now, as I can see on this chart here, is also on overbought level. Do you see it coming down below this level? Do you think it is attractive?
Since C&I did that reconstruction, I've actually not been comfortable with it.
Reconstruction, we'll talk about it now in case of those who might really not understand what reconstruction is all about. If I'm not mistaken, I think the first time I wrote about reconstruction should be around 2001. And between 2001 and now, I must have written about reconstruction up to 3 or 4 times. Let us assume you missed out in all my writings in the past on share reconstruction. What damage it could do to your investment, all right? Aruna, what is share reconstruction?
When a company have, if I may use the word over-bloated share in issue, and they now discover that it is telling so much on their earnings per share, they want to reconstruct it. That is, cut your holdings, maybe depending on which method they want to use, by reducing what you are holding, maybe like 10 shares to 5 shares, and increasing the price for a stock that is traded 20 kobo, and they want to do 1 for 1. Your two unit of share will be reduced to 1, and the price become 40 kobo. But why it cannot be sustained in the market is that the earnings is not doubled. So you are not trading 40 kobo on the earnings of a 20 kobo
let me add
stock.
this before you move too far. The par value remains the same.
Par value remains the same.
So any share reconstruction that does not incorporate the par value, as far as I'm concerned, I'm sorry to say, is fraudulent. Continue.
I will not say that it's fraudulent.
Let me tell you why it is fraudulent. The par value is the minimum amount you own in case of liquidity, illiquidity, or liquidation rather, of the company. If you want to reconstruct the shares, you should also touch on the par value, not just the price, because it's like what component that a company has, the price is there, the par value is there, the outstanding number of shares is also there. In this case, you are adjusting the price, you are adjusting the outstanding number of shares, but you are not adjusting, all right? You are not adjusting the par value of the company. So what you have done is, to me, maybe you don't want...
what I'm saying is that this is permissible by the regulators. So it's a norm in the market. But the only thing is that at the end of the day...
It's a norm in the Nigerian market. That is not the way it works in other markets.
The only thing is that, the only thing you will tell investors is that when you see if you are in a position in a company that want to do share reconstruction, you can take your leave. I think that is what we should do. It's not as if it is not practical. I think they do it, like we said, they do it such that their earnings begin to be meaningful, where they were making 2 kobo before, because you know any per share is PAT all over as standing share in issue. So from 14 million to 7 million, we produce something better. But
if we look at it technically, if you look at it, your earnings per share will be touched because it will become over-bloated, all right? At least better than what it was originally. But your price will have also gone up. If you now begin to look at the P ratio, it will become negative.
No, at that particular point in time, there will be a balance. It is when earnings are beginning to roll in and there is no earnings that is commensurate to the increase in price, that is where the problems comes in.
All right. What other equities do you think are worth considering in the course of this week as we round off?
Okomo Oil. In fact, when I look at the earnings of Okomo Oil from first quarter of 2019 to first quarter of first quarter of 2020 to first quarter of 2021, you can see the tremendous growth. And if they continue in that trajectory, I don't see Okomu stock stopping at 120.
But from what I can see on the indicators here, the charts will not actually be recommending Okomu oil. It is actually at the overbought level after two major gains and another
from 96.50 to 116.50.
Yes, for 2 straight days, it grew by 10% maximum, and the other day it also grew by approximately 9.8% in price. But it has rested for like 2 trading sessions, right? Now, and after Okomu, what other stuff? What about flour mills? What do you have
flour mills, I was just to go to say it because they just notified the market that they are having a board meeting. So there's every possibility that there will be declaration of dividend.
But from what the indicators are showing now, after 1 or 2 days of gain, flour mills will be overpriced.
At 30 naira. This same flour mill have done 34 naira in that market. So if the chart are saying from 28 to 30,
but again,
just
I said after 2 more sessions of gain, that could move it to 36, it could move it more than 35, depending on how much it gained. But the position that I can see flour mills on the indicators now, I think one should be a little bit wary, except the information now comes to alter the direction of the indication. All right, Aruna, I think this is about what how far we can go today. Your last statement before we round off.
I still continue to say this June, the market is going to surprise everybody.
Thank you so much, Aruna, for being with us today. We hope, by the grace of God, you will be available next week, Sunday. Let me quickly say, I'm on Metro FM 97.7 in Lagos, Monday through Friday, 8:45 in the morning to 9 in the morning, just 15 minutes, but every day, Monday through Friday. And of course, if you are interested in joining our 24 hours, our Telegram group, where 24 hours live discussion goes on as far as the stock market is concerned, you can call the telephone numbers on the screen. And again, a copy of this presentation, all that we do on the radio, and even eStocks Watch as a newspaper, you will get to see them, and all the analysis analyzed on our website, www.stocksng.com, stocksng.com. I've got to leave. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that worked with us today to make this presentation a success, and you too for staying tuned. You will be doing more if you help advertise to others so that they can get connected to all that we do. Until next Sunday, that I will be coming your way again, I remain yours sincerely in wealth creation, its accumulation and preservation. Abayomi Obabu.
First Money is Nigeria's biggest and most preferred agent banking network. Thanks to First Money, millions of people are living their dreams. Meet some First Money agents who are driving this.
Started just with 100,000 naira, but the demand became so much, I had to employ others. It was like a dream come true.
I can confess to you that the monthly commission that I receive from First Money Agency, sometimes it overshoots what we receive from the petroleum, even petrol and gas.
Through First Money, over 1 million people across Nigeria have their financial services needs met daily. In all the accessible local government areas, you're bound to find First Money agents. With First Money, we're bringing financial inclusion and the many benefits that come with it. You first, First Bank.
Some dreams are big. Some dreams are small. Some dream to go from place to place. Dreams of love and ever after. Dreams and sacrifices that builds the future. over the dream or step or journey. You can do more with a partner that cares about your dreams. Access, more than banking.